You can support this show at patreon.com/ASA podcasting.
Bang, 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 bang. All gone.
The wasteland is a host of apocalyptic mess as the sole survivor wanders out about to see the rest. Nuclear explosions sending out the gamma rays from deep within the core, frozen atomic waves. From deep within the core, frozen atomic waves.
Hello and welcome to the 436th edition of the Fallout Feed. I am Andrew, joined by a flock of my favorite Fallout folks tonight. I've got Jess. What's up, Jess?
Hey, Andrew. Greets, everybody.
And good old Ray. What's up, Ray?
Yeah, hello.
Tonight on the show, we'll get into our gameplay a little bit here off the top. I've brought a little bit of an exercise that we can all participate in for game time. We're going to do the Fallout alphabet. Then we got some important Iguana Bits to get through this evening regarding our TV show and Bruce Nesmith interview Jess is excited about. So
Yes, indeed.
a couple of shouts on the way out the door. So why don't we roll right into it? Hey, Jess, did you get a chance to play any video games this week?
I sure did, but maybe not the one you're expecting because I didn't really play that much Starfield. I don't think I've played since Monday. You guys, I was thinking about it.
The shine is worn off.
No, the stars are shining just as brightly, but your girl was busy with Fallout stuff and parade stuff. And there was a night, but to put the cart before the horse, there was a night where I logged in to play Starfield. I think it was Wednesday night. And I got to the loading screen. I just looked at it. And I opened the load menu. I just looked at it. And I'm looking at the times and locations. And I'm like parked right outside the Red Mile. And I said, no. And I shut it down. And I put on a TV show instead.
I put my foot down.
And I am not ready to do the Red Mile tonight. It is not time. But I did get some good play in over last weekend for sure. Did get some Starfield. So I went and I finally did Sam's personal quest. Sam, one of the four main romanceable companions. And at this point, I've maxed affinity with Sarah first, and then Andrasia, and now Sam. And man, that was a fun quest. Don't know how many people have done that, and I don't want to spoil things too much, but it was involved. It had multiple locations. There was some stealth. You got to meet, I can say this, it's not a huge spoiler, but you got to meet his ex, and she's pretty cool. And yeah, it was a fun quest. So I really enjoyed getting that done. And just like all the other companion quests of that short, once you start doing it, they're your permanent companion. You can't actually dismiss them to, take anybody else. So you can put it on hold. You can do other quests. And I tried actually for a little bit, because it started. Essentially, when it starts, you have to talk with him and Cora in the ship. And from the moment you do that, talking with him near Cora, he's your permanent companion. So we did other quests, but I was limited on what I could do because, of course, I had to keep him with me. So yeah, I got that done. That was awesome. Interestingly, there is a quest there. And Ray, have you done Sam's companion quest ever?
Yeah, a couple of times.
Okay, there we go. Perfect. Is he a companion you use more than others, or?
Only by default.
Okay. No, why is that though? I'm curious because I found that it took me longer to get his affinity up than some of the others. So figured you must have traveled with him for a bit.
No, not too much. I think that so one of my actually both of the characters that he stuck around with were had done the Freestar Rangers quest. So he just kind of was the default.
Right, you bring him with you to start that stuff, and then just kept him for a lot of what you were doing.
Yeah.
And that's probably the ship builder he used the most too, from what I've seen at Tequila City, or.
Yeah, he was one of them because he's the one that did the the quest line first.
Right, that makes sense. Yeah, I like that shipbuilder there because they've got the Slayton engines and stuff. But yeah, so I did that. But I wanted to mention it because I know at least one of our friends, Frank, mentioned that. Oh, by the way, I didn't check if he's a Star Lord yet. We might have another Starbation, but I don't know. Anyhow, Frank mentioned he was right on the edge, but he couldn't finish Sam's quest because of the fact that when they were trying to board a ship, there's a ship at one point you need to board and get coordinates from. And Sam wouldn't do the thing he was supposed to do. And so he was stuck with Sam for like the last 20 hours of the game or whatever. So, like I'm talking about. But of course, like we've mentioned, one of the more common bugs to happen that is, if not game breaking, it affects you longer. It's not something you can just as easily go back and reload. Sometimes you can, but you might have to go back a ways. But Sam wouldn't finish the thing, so he was stuck with him permanently until he hit the new game plus and all that. Anyway, but that ship. So I boarded it. I went in. I got the alert. Take over the ship. Wipe out the enemies and take over the ship or leave, like you do whenever you're going to take over a ship. Now, I think for this quest, all you had to do was shoot it down, and you would get from the wreckage, you would get the thing you needed. But I decided to board it and do it. So I went through, took most of the characters out, but it turned out like the turrets were alive, but most of the NPC enemies were dead in that. So you know what I'm talking about in that mission. Have you usually blown it out of the water, or?
Yeah, I just blow it up.
Okay, so I tried boarding it to take it over because I thought it looked like a cool ship. Well, inside the turrets were live. The other people were mostly dead, except for the commander who was in the cockpit. He was friendly. Like he was just like, "Hey, what's up?" So you're going through, taking out all the robots and turrets, but yeah, the actual NPCs were kind of friendly. So I was a little bit confused by that. It's almost like they didn't expect you to ever go in and try to take this one over, because some of the people who were dead were usually security. Some of them were the other team. It was strange. Anyhow, if I shot him, everybody was mad at me. So I didn't do that. He was fine. But I go and I sit in the pilot seat to take it over. And it does the switch, and now you're in the pilot seat, and you can go to your ship menu and try to make it your home ship if you want. But as soon as you look around, suddenly that guy who was there is gone. He just disappeared. Okay, the friendly NPC. Well, I tried making it my ship and then doing the thing that we always do, or that, well, you and I do these days, where you make it your home, you undock, then you quickly turn around, dock with your old ship so you can just get right back on it, keep your ship, but have this one in your ship inventory, right?
Right, yep.
So I do that. I go to get on my ship. As soon as I board the Indigo Strike, it's all take over the ship or leave the ship. Like they're all they're enemies. So my crew is on the other ship. This ship is empty. My ship that I'm boarding that I only left, 50 seconds ago. And Lillian is there, and the cockpit is still there. Lillian's there, like with her gun out, like she's gonna shoot me. I'm like, what? Lillian being Sam's ex. So that was very strange. So I tried it again, reloading, like some glitch. Again, trying to take over that ship and own it. It decides, the game says, oh, okay, you own this ship now. You lose your home ship. It was so bizarre. So I ended up
that's wild. Well, so maybe that guy ran out. He says, okay, fine, you can have this one. I'm taking yours.
Exactly. Right. I think because of the fact that you had another NPC that was stuck on your ship, it confused the game, maybe because Lillian was on there and couldn't come over with your crew when you made the other one your home. I don't know. I have no idea. But yeah, so I had to leave that ship there, go back to mine and not take over this ship. But I did rob it blind. So there was that. But that was a fun, weird thing. The case of the disappearing ship has mostly resolved itself. So I am still stuck with that cargo bay, which I should drop a picture in chat too. They'll see why I dislike that cargo or that landing bay so much. It just doesn't look right. But but as long as I don't do that, it won't disappear. It did once in the last week, but I resolved it. So yeah, still some touchiness with this ship, but it's flying well. Besides that, not a whole lot in Starfield. I mean, I did some good exploration, found some fun planets, and like I said, mostly played last weekend. But then the rest of my time, I was in Fallout, Fallout 76, because there's a bunch of stuff going on. Of course, as well, Andrew knows. I say of course, but Ray's like, yeah, no, I'm score tired. Andrew, the sport showed up.
It's Sporgy season, everybody. Get out your pitchforks and turn on your volume of your speaker so you can actually hear the. It's not a jingle jangle. It's whatever. Yeah.
It's funny because the Halloween noise sounds more like an alien noise to me. You know what I mean? Like that. Does that not sound like an alien invasion to you?
Yeah, it's theremin based sort of. So that of course, means 1950s sci-fi movie.
Exactly. But so they're out there. So I've been sporching. I've been doing the candy, hitting those candy bowls, but not as much as I should at first because I'm also still working on the stuff for the parade I talked about last week. Everything is go pretty much every night this week. Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, jumping in Fallout. Oh, Wednesday too, actually. Jumping in Fallout, helping to record floats, getting stuff all set. And it's been great seeing some really fun floats, great people putting things together. This weekend is going to be a ton of editing, but I'm looking forward to it. I got a lot of great footage. But the thing that was funny was, so I'd be on there for like 2 hours doing that and then forget to get my candy the first couple nights. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I didn't. But I started doing candy seriously. Finally, yesterday I was actually on for like 3-4 hours in 76. Building with some friends, doing the candy, knocking out the Halloween challenges, because I saw the outfit you get. So like we talked about in Iguana Bits, the Halloween challenge this year, you just have to, they made it easier. In order to get the Halloween challenge, you just need to get 3 done a week. So it's not like 5 like it has been in the past. You have to finish a Halloween challenge 3 times a week, which would be trick or treat from 5 candy bowls and have at least one person come and take candy from your candy bowl. So I've got 2 days down now. I've got Thursday down and I've got Friday down because I logged in today and I did it during the day a little bit. I went AF candy and I had people stop by and take some candy from my bowl. It was great. And that is going to be mine because that skeleton suit, it looks pretty good. I like it.
Need to go turn my Xbox on real quick. Hang on.
Yeah, exactly. go do it. Go do it, Andrew. But no, have you seen at this point the gray and blue skeleton suit for this year?
I have not actually laid eyes upon it, and I've only done just the bare minimum of 76, just one little session here, because I saw you guys chatting about it on the Facebook chat there, and I was like, oh crap, we got Sporge going.
Yeah, a bunch of us talking about it. We see Eric and Alex were in there checking off rewards on the checklist, what they have, what they haven't. One thing to remember that with the sports this year, there are a bunch of new plans like we talked about. I think 12 of them, maybe a few more. However, you're not going to get duplicates. Okay, so if you don't read them, you can get the same plan twice. But they're using the method they have for recent challenges with these new ones. Whereas once you get something, it won't drop that again. So it makes it a better randomizer, a better chance for you to get a reward. So instead of like Fashnacht, you're not going to get the same new plan 100 times. But if you want to get extras for friends or to sell, whatever reason, just don't read the new ones you get. Okay, so word of warning there. But yeah, so they're checking stuff off. A lot of friends, I finally got to see the new outfit last night because Thursday was the 3rd day people were eligible. And a couple people already had it because, very dedicated, especially when it comes to candy. But yeah, it's a good looking outfit. It kind of reminds me, and maybe because we've been playing so much Starfield, but it kind of has a bit of an astronaut feel. Like the way that it's gray, like the skeleton print is only on the front. So from behind, it looks kind of like a spacesuit, to be honest. But yeah, that's good. So that's been my 76. Just a whole lot of parade floats, building, and candy. I even decorated my camp for Halloween a little bit. I haven't done a new camp really at all this year. Just kind of decorated and did little things, but nothing big. And so I'm like, I better get in there and do some decorating because there are so many great Halloween camps out there. People really getting in the spirit this year. So if you need a little Halloween spirit and you don't live in one of those neighborhoods like some of our friends where it's all decorated, go check out Fallout because there are a lot of spooky camps up.
The new ghost and pumpkin and whatever the hanging decorations with the spider webbing or whatever it's called. Those look really, really cute. I like those. All right. What else did you get into? More 76 stuff? Halloween
You know,
events? What was
not-
what is the event? Oh, just the sports. Or wait,
Yeah,
is there a new
just-
event?
Just the sports events
Okay.
and the Halloween events. And I mean, we had theater rehearsal on Sunday. We do have a date for the play now, people.
Oh, nice.
Anyone interested? I'll remind you the weekend before it happens. But Sunday the 19th, November 19th at 7 p.m., we're going to be doing our next Shakespeare play, Coriolanus. It is a tragedy, and we're doing the BOS version. So the great warrior, the great paladin, Coriolanus, and his downfall.
Absolutely. Check that out, everyone. Sounds awesome. Was there any more gameplay stuff you wanted to
Oh, I know it was
Thank you,
short.
Jess.
It was short. I'm just, I don't want to talk about the floats till people get a chance to see them. So,
Well,
oh yeah,
let's
It's,
float it up.
relying on Ray. I'm relying on Ray. By the way, Ray, I actually just recently listened to the most recent Butcher Baker Candlemaker. A little bit, a couple weeks old, but I was reminded of some of your awesome stories about about Vasco being a snitch.
Oh, yeah.
You told that here too, but hearing him a second time, that version was great. Vasco being a snitch. And there was one other that I really enjoyed. But yeah, I love the fact that you get to talk about Starfield on 2 shows, sometimes 3 with
Yeah,
Skyrim.
mostly 3.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's always fun because, you're talking about it with different people. Different things come up, and so it's always fun.
Yeah. But what have you been up to for gaming? Anything?
Well, I've been blowing myself up. So
Intentionally?
no, it was all on accident. So my character in Fallout 4 is suffering from raised muscle memory errors. So I'm sneaking around with a missile launcher
Mm-hmm.
and trying to thread the needle on stealth, long shots, and catching the door frames and wall corners and all those little things that they weren't there in the sight when you were looking at it. But boy, they sure get that missile exploding.
Yeah, missiles take up a little more room. Like, I don't know if the hitbox is different, but it's got to be larger.
Yeah, you got to think so. So yeah, my stealthy tendencies are not paying off with the missile launcher. So I most recently did the Bunker Hill quests, where you go through the training yard, clearing it out of ghouls, and that one was they would get too close too quick, and so when I would fire off at them, they'd blow up right next to me. And then going through the prep school and taking out Zeller's army,
Mhm.
Many, many opportunities to blow myself up. Also, I don't have sneak, which I always have sneak, so I never pay attention to mines. And oddly enough, in this playthrough, mines blow up when you walk across them.
Yeah, they do that. It's funny because you're right. You never deal with it because you're so very, very sneaky. And, a lot of us, like half my characters are, half my characters aren't. So I'm used to it. But
Yeah, so it's been fun. It's a good palate cleanser, and it has been quite delightful. I don't mind dying because it's not a survival character, so I don't have I don't lose an hour's worth of game time, when I die. But I can definitely say that in this playthrough, I have killed myself more than anybody else has killed me.
That's
congratulations.
Yeah. So, but definitely have to keep going on that.
I don't think they keep that stat. Or no, they probably do. What you need to look up your Pip Boy stats. Kills versus
I guarantee. 'Cause,
frags.
I mean, I've only died maybe 2 times max from a hostile, taking me out.
Is the game like you're so used to playing in survival mode, super difficulty level? Is it just like piece of cake now if you don't play survival mode?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I keep having to check, make sure I didn't accidentally set it to easy.
Yeah.
But no,
Just
still
feels
playing on hard.
so different.
Yeah, it just is so much easier than survival. And I fast travel everywhere.
Fuck
Mhm.
you, River. I'm fast traveling. He's
You know?
Ray's mad at the water. He was so you know uh, uh, dependent upon it for all sorts of travel. The last 2 seasons, basically. Ray's been talking up those rivers and the Aqua Boy. Now he's like, oh, screw it, never again. No more rivers.
Yeah, yeah. I'll be in Hangman's Alley, and I'll fast travel to Diamond City.
That's like my wife, driving the 6 doors to work. Sometimes she takes the car. I'm like, are you kidding me? Half a
Yeah.
block.
But I unlike Jess, have still played quite a bit of Starfield.
Good man. Thank you. Somebody has to. I'm ashamed. Like I really wanted to. I just didn't have it in me.
Yeah.
What are you doing in Starfield?
Certainly less than I had, but still a lot. I So I had created a character specifically to do Constellation, and so that character has successfully gone through to the other side.
Wait,
And
Ray, what are you saying?
I said that I am Starborn.
Big news, everybody. So, did you rush through with? Was this a character you'd been playing a long time? Because I know that you had a few going. Is this just you
he
sort
was
of wanted to do it?
He was still up there. He had gone through the entire Vanguard quest, but he didn't do the UC pirate thing. He was level 30 when we finished up.
So that's probably right around where Andrew was his first trip, right? Andrew, you were like 28 to 30?
Yeah, high 20s, I think, somewhere.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I was kind of a victim of hype. So I heard that there was a really, really, really hard space battle.
For the less experienced, who don't have 400 hours in the game already, but go on.
And so this character had done the Mantis quest, and so I decided to do a little work on the Razor Leaf, and so I built this crazy abomination that had a C-class reactor, a huge fuel tank, a big grav drive, and had 6 Vanguard obliterators
Yes.
and 6 Vanguard autocannons.
Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah, you posted that in our chat. Then you posted that in Discord a couple days ago, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And also had the Vanguard shield. So it had a massive shield and guns just up the wazoo. I mean, these things were stacked all over this machine.
Yeah, those obliterators really pack a punch.
And so I just went in and it was like bang, 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 all gone. Like,
Wow.
oh,
Okay.
that was
So
it.
no spoilers, people, except for the fact that you may have heard there's some pretty big final battles. And apparently, if you've got a fully C-class tricked out ship, not a big deal.
No. But yeah, and so it also didn't hurt that so this character had originally spec'd into ballistic weapons.
Hmm.
And so most of the playthrough I was using ballistic weapons. And at the end, because I had points, um, I started specking into laser weapons because I'd gotten a really nice Orion. And um, so I had like 4,000 rounds of 3K laser.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that 3KZ or 3KV. Hmm.
And so, going through the last little bit of that quest was it was no problem because I was just packed to the gills with ammo
You know,
and just bang 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 bang, just I never stopped shooting.
yeah, and you don't have to when you get a lot of bullets. It's funny because ammo is such a big deal in Starfield early on. A couple of us, like how we've recommended switching between weapons and having multiple weapons, and that's definitely worked. I rarely have less than six, but Gemma's been mostly a pistol person. But around, oh gosh, a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, around the time that I did the mission on Charybdis 3, I was talking about, I switched to that Varoon pistol. Is it?
Oh yeah.
I mean, the rifle is an inflictor, right? Star Shard, I think, is what the pistol is called. And those are so powerful. So I've got an instigating Star Shard that first hit will do, double damage. And I have to say the Varoon weapons are tougher than most of the others. So that's become my main pistol, despite having, all these others I've been working on and modding and legendary. But yeah, that Star Shard is just sweet.
Yeah. But and I haven't I haven't gotten any characters high enough level
Mm,
to start seeing those weapons.
right, especially like the advanced. This is an advanced Star Shard.
So but once I finished, um the even though you're prepared for the outcome,
Right.
um it's still like, damn it, that was my stuff.
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, the fact that when you do the new game plus, you're losing all your things. And I mean, I've heard there's your classic cutscene where you see the results of what you've done on the character. So, I mean, when you have a character like mine will have done absolutely everything. I'm really looking forward to, what
Yeah,
happens
that'll
there.
be interesting. Mine was pretty thin.
And they say it'll affect the new game plus too when you do things you've done before. Like
Mm.
your character can reflect on that and stuff. So, I mean, I think that's awesome. But yeah, did you find it cool?
It was cool, but it was just really light
Hmm.
because I hadn't done anything.
Yeah.
Outside of just leveling up.
Do you think with this character, because what I've seen for a lot of people is that, once they do the new game plus thing, the fact that you can loop them and they can do a couple in a row, do you think you'll now take this character and do that yourself just to see what kind of different things can happen?
Probably not.
I know the fact that it's funny in chat. Silior says, when was the last time you finished a main story that wasn't part of a roundtable? And yeah, I mean, I figure you got it at least once on the new games, but
Yeah. Fallout 4, I went through Fallout 4, the first time.
Mhm.
But then immediately started, 7 or 8 new characters.
Right, of course. Well, and we know you have like 18 in Starfield at this point.
Yeah. But what I did do was decide to go down all the way down the modding rabbit hole.
Oh, really? Okay. Okay,
Um,
excellent.
So I don't know if I'll ever get my game back. to vanilla.
Oh, because some things embed themselves. Now, from what I
because
heard you saying,
you have to do a lot of manually adding folders and text files and
at least at this point, so it's not like modding some of the others because there are multiple things you replace. It's not just what the BSPs or whatever. There's more to it.
right. So because the official tools are not yet available, so the Creation Kit 2 is not active. So everything is kind of just being shoehorned in.
Okay.
And the hard thing for Vortex is that there are two locations that mod files go to.
Do they have to be like, are they duplicates or different versions of them?
No, they're different parts.
Okay.
So some of them get written to, the regular data folder in your game file, but also a lot of the mods have to go into your My Games folder.
In documents, so they're totally different area.
Yeah, because there's a data folder there too. So when I was just running the UI mod and the inventory mod,
you can keep track of all their pieces.
Well, but also they didn't impact the game in a way that actually the game acknowledged that they were mods. And so, they played nice with all my saves, and it was just as if nothing had ever happened. Now at this point, I'll tell you, I've seen a couple of videos, where they're using the standard UI. I don't know. I could go back.
Is the new one you're using, is it called Star UI, you said?
Yeah, Star UI. And it's perfect. It's how you would expect the game should be able to play.
Yep.
And it's like, holy crap, looking back. And so like really simple things, like, so you do some work on your ship.
Mm-hmm.
And you end up with all that stuff in your miscellaneous, and you go to the trade authority board,
and you've got to sort through it.
You're going to sell it.
Mm-hmm.
Click, 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 click.
Do they add a sell all junk button?
They have a sell all category.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So if you want to just sell, a specific group of items, like, say you only want to sell your minerals.
Okay, yep. So wait, in resources, you can just do the mineral resources, not all of them?
Yeah, you can click on mineral resources. Now you've got a list of only your mineral resources. You can hit sell all category, and all those are gone.
Wow.
You go to your miscellaneous tab and you just want to sell the whole lot of it.
Mm-hmm.
One button.
Except click. Your
Digipicks. Yeah, well, you can take those out, yourself, and put them into your inventory. And away it goes. When I, and if there's too many items, it'll stop. And it'll either, stop and not try to sell the next thing, or it'll give you the warning that says, this vendor only has, 2 credits left on this, $1,000 item. And you can say, no, don't sell it. But, just simple stuff like that. It's like, holy crap. This is.
Well, it makes sense. We know the inventory in UI is one of the larger complaints people have. And previously, Sky UI and Fall UI are both pretty awesome with their icons and setting and sorting. Yeah. And we are slightly jealous over on console. Let me tell you. But
Yeah. And
that's
so
awesome.
this is the same way. It is
Same
there's
people? Do you
icon.
know?
I don't know. I didn't check. A lot of them are. So like, one address library. Um, those guys were pretty hilarious. They took the address library thumbnail from uh, Skyrim, which is a chicken crossing the road, and they put a space helmet on it, and that's the thumbnail for the address library for Starfield. Um, but yeah, so now I've got the script extender going. So the game doesn't natively handle plugins, which is how most mods in Fallout and Skyrim are loaded, except for textures and stuff like that. So we there you create a plugins folder, and then you manually put the name of these ESP and ESM files
Right.
into this text document. And so then when the game loads, it all loads up just
So
like
you're essentially creating a sorting order and load order and all that.
yeah.
Now, it seems like it's much deeper integrated, like you're saying. And so it took a bit more work on your part. Now, you've got the Star UI, but like, are you doing a lot of mods at this point? Like, do you have other favorites?
So one that took a little bit to get going, because this one it uses the game has a preload console command.
Okay.
So when the game starts up, it runs this batch file, which is a set of console commands that make it so that boss chests have
Wait, higher level chests with harder locks, more difficult locks have better loot?
so
No, you're kidding.
it's true.
Oh,
So that one's nice. That one took a little to get going. I've got a flashlight that actually looks like a flashlight.
oh, that's nice. I mean, I don't mind the like headlamp mounted on your side flashlight, but it'd be good to have a little bit broader. Does it have a broader beam? Because I
Yeah.
would really like that. Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, a little bit broader beam, but it also looks like a flashlight instead of whatever it is this thing looks like.
Is it taped to your helmet? Like, do you have like a
Yeah,
flashlight
yeah.
taped to-
It's the same thing that's on your your helmet already. It's your helmet light. Just instead of casting, this flat beam, it
Mhm.
casts a round beam.
Nice. Okay.
So that one's nice. Um, I I saw you guys talking about all the stuff you're doing um, to work with ship registration.
Yeah, you saw some of that?
Yeah.
Wait, you have a mod, don't you?
I do.
I mean, of course. And I mean, that makes sense because we all know you can't flip a ship for that much money if you register at the ship vendor. And then, of course, if you register at your own inventory, like we've talked about in the past, you get more money, but still not that much, because you're registering it for a significant part of the value. Now, I have a new ship selling trick that I'm really excited about, but it seems like you don't need a trick. You just got a mod.
Yeah. So, so I haven't really cranked it, down. I left it at a kind of a reasonable amount. So most ships I'm paying about a 3% tax. So it's costing me, 2,500, 5,000 to register a ship. That then I turn around and sell for, 15 to 30K. So
That's awesome. Yeah, that's great.
So that one's been nice. That one took a little bit, and so so that one was originally had a different way of loading it. and it had a separate file that you had to use. It was before the plugin mod became available, and so that one took a little bit to get going. The craftable ammo that I was using, that was also an earlier model, and so I updated it, and that broke not only it broke the crafting mod, but it also broke my my boss chest mod.
Now we get to the downside. Is the name of that mod Boss Chest, by the way? Lee was asking.
Yeah, I think so. It's
While you're looking, he confirmed that Fall UI and Star UI were uploaded by the same person.
Okay. So boss chests always contain legendaries is the name of the mod. So it just took me a couple of minutes to figure out, why my mods had stopped working, and what I needed to do to fix them. So I just needed to move them over to the new system, and it was it was just a couple of minutes, and boom, it was working again.
Awesome.
So, yeah. So right now I'm running almost as many mods to run mods as I am mods. So
I can imagine. I mean, that makes sense. In order to actually enable things and keep them working together, like everything needs a patch, and because it's all cobbled, and people also haven't had a chance to react to each other's mods. So a lot of times when certain mods get popular, people take that into account. They're like, okay, so they might be running this, might be running this. Let me incorporate stuff for that. I know the first unofficial community patch is out now too, right? Have you taken a look at that?
Yeah, I took a look at it. I didn't load it. But kind of sadly, a majority of those are spelling corrections.
That's fantastic. I mean, I've seen a couple. I've seen a couple myself.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, so it's like fixed typo here, fixed typo there, fixed typo here. So yeah, about half that community mod is fixing typos. But it fixes things that I don't have a problem with. A lot of it too has got to do with companions, and so I don't bother.
Sure. Like if something goes wrong with them, that's fine. It's you don't need them anyway.
Exactly. But it's been interesting, but it's fun because it is so one, it's rapidly changing.
Right.
Tools,
cutting edge.
Tools weren't available. Now they're available. Now everybody's scrambling to get theirs, to work with these tools. And so you got to figure out how to go in and change all these text files. Because you end up creating a bunch of text files and folders and stuff to be able to run everything, because they can't do it for you, because it's it's changing parts of your computer that nobody else has.
You don't have access to. Yeah, especially if you're dealing with stuff in in your document folders, and depending on how you have stuff installed. And I mean, I know now. One thing to bring up is that we have the PC version through Game Pass, and we have the PC version on Steam. Is it your understanding? Is it correct that the Steam version is more moddable in that you can control more pieces of it than you can with the Game Pass version? Do you know?
That does appear to be the case, because I have come across in the mod descriptions, they address the differences between the Steam version and the Game Pass version, and draw distinctions. And actually, some of them have different versions of the mod. So that is that's definitely a factor.
And once we get the official tools, which probably won't be until next January, February at the earliest,
right?
we'll have to recalibrate and fix all that again.
Yeah.
But we need to see how it evolves over the next couple of months still. When it's, I mean, it's the Wild West. It's a new frontier, the final frontier.
Yeah. But it's been fun. I've tried to be somewhat judicious about what I do. Um, so probably the one mod that is completely standalone from all this other stuff that
Mhm.
I like the very most, aside from the inventory mod, um, is the lighting mod.
Oh, how does it change lighting?
Um, so it drastically improves the overall look.
Higher contrast? Because I
Higher
mean,
contrast.
we definitely want some sliders there. They're saying that they're going to bring that in. Like I enjoy the filmic look, but sometimes it's too soft. Like let me add a little contrast. Come on.
And Christmas. Boy, when I walk into the Aquila City, I mean, it is. I mean, you feel the heat. You feel the dryness. You feel the stone. It's just so vivid. Um, and the color palette is much more dramatic. Colors are brighter.
Oh,
Um,
oh God. I have it installed on PC. Like I did get the PC version installed, but I've only played it over once or twice, and I can't mod it because achievements. I can't. I can't. Gemma has to be vanilla all the way. But that sounds wonderful.
He sounds like he's in love. Like the world is
yeah,
brighter.
I'm pretty
things
sure I
smell
won't
better.
go back to to play any of my vanilla characters. At this point, I'd be more inclined to just start them over. None of them are over 30, so
Mhm.
it's only a couple hours, of dedicated work to get them.
I was going to say dedicated work. Yeah. I mean, it took me 100 hours to hit 30, I think, at least. But, go on.
Yeah. So the lighting mod is called Natural LUT S.
Natural LUTs. Okay. Yeah.
So that's
Perfect. That's a
mod.
good.
And then it has it also gives you instructions on how to make space blacker.
Oh, okay.
So now my space is less blue, more black.
I like that too. That's one thing that when I'm playing with the filters, for instance, and doing stuff, I try to find a good balance because I want to add some color. But I don't want to blue up space anymore. Space is a void, y'all. Space is a void. I can have some beautiful color from stars. And, we are missing nebulae. Like we don't have, we need like more nebulas, and I need some gas in space. Like I want like cool gases floating around planets and stuff like that. Like I would definitely like a little more stuff in space besides rocks, debris, and kick-ass planets. I mean, those are
Yeah.
all cool. The rings are beautiful, but I want more stuff.
Yeah, that was one of the nicest things that No Man's Sky added recently was, there's much more nebula. There's more, gaseous, storms and lightning in asteroid fields and stuff like that. So.
My big mod question, Ray. When can we expect the Fallout feed flag to hang in our
yeah,
ships?
So that's a good question because, well, so the real answer is not until the creation kit's available, because I don't know that I have the tools. I have the the BSA unpackers that would let me crack into the files, but I'm not solid enough to know locations of the main assets and be able to figure out where to find the things that then I would use to create, like I did with the Fallout version. But with the creation kit, when that comes out, that makes it a lot easier.
Just gonna
I
plop
just
it
have
right
to have
in
motivation.
there, put it right above my little cot, and the sleeping hole there.
Yep.
Have our own little flags.
That sounds wonderful. I mean, heck, if we got real good, we make our own hab. Can you imagine like a Fallout feed hab?
Mhm.
That'd be brilliant. We could have like our own favorite clutter there. We could add like I could get a little jackalope plushie and a Mr. Fuzzy. And I don't know, Andrew, you could have like Mothman glasses and like a cool rack of like all your favorite
Yeah.
outfits. Like that could be fun.
You could do a whole new spin on the Fallout Feed Welcome Center. You know what I mean? It'd be
There you
a
go.
Welcome
Oh
to
my
a new
gosh.
planet.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to ask Eleonora or someone to make it for us, right? Someone who's good with clutter. But hey, who knows? Who knows? Maybe the creation kit will be easier to use this time.
Yeah, probably not.
I
Ray's like, nah.
I definitely got pretty stuck trying to do stuff in the with the Fallout CK. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, if you dedicate yourself to it, you can learn it. I'm sure, but yeah, that's work I didn't want to put in.
Yeah, if you're not a programmer, it's not natural think.
Mhm.
So, and there's a lot of tools that you have to have to be able to deal with those different file types, because they're not standard file types. So NIF scope and the BSA unpacker and
Yep,
all that kind of stuff.
foreign language to a lot of us.
Yep.
I love that this long mod discussion we had, which I know some people would be really into if they're PC players and stuff, and we're hoping for mods. But like, you covered a lot of the upside and the downside of mods, especially right now. Like there's a lot of work involved, even getting them to run. It sounds like.
Yeah.
But I'm glad they are.
And it's one of the, I get annoyed over really silly little things. So Bethesda reminds me every single time I reload a save
Oh
that
yeah,
it's modded and I'm not getting achievements.
yeah. You're not Ray. We don't
Give
have much
me
new achievements.
I don't give a damn button.
You need another mod for that.
I was just gonna say, can't you mod that out?
Yeah, probably. And as soon as it comes up on the Nexus, I've got it. Because that is the dumbest thing. I don't, yes, I know it's modded because I did it on purpose.
They'll probably build it right into like the script extender, ST, SE, or whatever it's going to be.
Yeah. No, it is available.
They've
So,
already created a script extender?
Oh yeah.
Wow, I had no idea.
Yeah.
I'm trying to look at
that
them.
that was the first tool that came out. Was the Starfield script extender, SFSE.
Oh, perfect. You and Lee both saying that. Yep. I knew it would be something like that acronym because we've got SKSE and FOSE. So,
yeah. So the tools that I'm running, so I've got the script extender, the address library for SFSE plugins. I've got plugins.txt enabler, which enables the file that you create, that lists all the plugins, for that. Console command runner, which is the one that loads on startup.
mhm.
And then I think that's all of them. Should be 4 of them.
Those are the big tools that you use.
Those are the tools that set up most of the other mods.
So you're Starborn now. You got it. You found out what happened.
And
you
I mean, I
became some new
wanted to know what
characters.
the story was, and it was super interesting. I'm so glad I did it. But I don't need to do it again.
Would you put this up there as one of their best main stories, like some people are saying? I mean, I've heard both. I think it kind of depends how much you enjoy the characters
That's
too.
hilarious.
Probably.
Right?
Yeah, I don't know. It gets kind of weird.
Okay.
So, I mean, it is interesting. And it's, you know, I find it very typical human race.
Hmm. Okay. Yep.
Um, but it was, you know, it was interesting, and I'm glad I did it. It didn't really rock my world.
That makes sense. So you've done it. Andrew has done it. You guys are both Star Lords now. You're on your starvation. And I'm going to be a while because I've still got Walter sitting his little butt in his chair in Constellation. Walter's wanted me to take him to Neon to negotiate a deal for like a month. A month. And I'm like, no, I've gone to Neon. I still haven't gone with Walter. I'm picking up other quests. I'm doing other things, hanging out with the Rangers. Yeah, his time will come. But I got to tell you, when he told me, I don't know if I mentioned this last time, but when you get the quest and if you actually decline it, if you say, no, not right now, I'll come back later, his response is, oh, I'm not used to being told to wait. That's different. And I'm like, oh, you're so full of yourself, Walter. You're going to stay there for a while. So he is.
Well, that's so much like whenever I get done with the first Sarah quest
Mhm.
and tell her that I'm not interested in continuing to travel with her. And she goes, "Oh, so this is what it feels like."
That's funny. Yeah, I love those kind of comments. I mean, he's just like super Richie rich, but that's funny that she does that too.
Yeah. So uh, this current character that I'm playing, I wanted to try out the Varun Zealot, the Serpent's Embrace, just to
Hmm.
see, and so far I've had one situation that it actually came up as an option to use, and that was it. So I don't know if there'll be others, and it's not likely that I'll be involved in the one quest where you go visit the embassy.
Right. Okay.
But so far that part of it's been pretty uneventful. I do like the boost to health and O2 every time you warp. So
Yeah, that's something to mention. It was recently coming up in our Starfield chat in the Discord, people talking about traits and stuff. And pretty much every trait you get in the game, there is a way to remove it. I won't go over that now, but you guys can look it up, just Starfield remove traits. And there is a way to remove pretty much everything. I mean, the one for the adoring fan is a little more violent, but the other ones, like you visit someone, they can remove it various ways. So remove them all. But when you do New Game Plus, as far as I know, all your traits will come back. You can't pick new ones. New Game Plus is still your same character in a different universe. So when they reload, to your character, you're going to have the same traits you had. So just be aware of that.
yeah. So this one. So I paired Serpent's Embrace with Alien DNA, and this character will take a beating and can run really far.
Nice.
So
Well, that's awesome. That sounds like a lot of fun. So Fallout 4, some damage, finishing that up, Starborn mods. Any other gameplay this week, Ray?
so No Man's Sky.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm pretty sure I've got an episode I need to publish.
Most likely. I think you recorded one or two since the one I just listened to.
Yeah, I'll have to double check, but yeah, I'm pretty sure I've got one I need to put out tomorrow. But yeah, I got to get back to my Stones of Baron Zaya. I'm kind of at this spot where so I've got to join the college and I have to become Thane of Solitude to get the last three, and then I'll be done with that one.
Oh, that's great. So you've already got most of them for sure.
Yeah.
And is that part of Stones of Baron's Eye? Is that part of Legacy of the Dragonborn, like collecting all the things?
I would imagine that I'll probably have an opportunity to display the crown But
Okay.
the stones themselves are not impacted.
Okay, that makes
But
sense.
they take you a lot of different places, and you get a lot of different stuff. So um, I'm up over a little over 200 displays.
Wow. Yeah. It's been fun hearing you guys talk about Legacy and all your displays setting up and, hitting different percentages and what that means to the gameplay. Matt in chat just mentioned he didn't finish the main story in Starfield because he jumped over to do Legacy of the Dragonborn with y'all. So he's back in Skyrim too. I mean, we're all jumping back and forth.
Oh yeah, yeah, and that's such a great mod. Holy smokes! Because not only is it fun to have a place to display all this crap that you pick up in the game.
Mhm.
There's so much stuff, unique weapons, different armors, all this different stuff. And to be able to have it all on display in the museum is so cool. Um,
And it
but
works because there are a lot of custom houses with some display cases and places for things, but they can be glitchy. And I have
Right.
definitely lost dragon masks and I've lost weapons I've displayed in some of them and stuff. So I get a little tentative about it. But
Yeah.
this mod is solid from what I've heard. And it's on
Oh, yeah.
Xbox now.
And there's so many patches. So if you run mods that add things to the game, plus all of the uh, Creation Club content and all that kind of stuff, uh, patches add all that stuff to the museum. So, if you run a bunch of other mods that add stuff, it'll all be there, as long as you run the patches for it.
Museum the size of Blackreach at that point. Like, I mean, there's so much stuff.
Yeah. So the only thing you have to be cognizant of. So I don't know if I'll ever get there with this particular character. But the time that we did it for the Roundtable, I was up a little over 900 displays. But when you go back to sort displays, it would take so long to sort that it just became unplayable. So I could leave the game, come back in 3 hours, and it still wasn't done.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Because it had so many files to check.
That's the thing about the auto sort routines. They're great, but they can take a while when it builds up.
Yeah.
Or it's like playing on PlayStation 3.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
But yeah, so on top of all of that, the mod also has several quests built into the mod itself, that add super interesting content to the game. So it is, if anybody's played Skyrim and they haven't played Legacy of the Dragonborn, now it's available on Xbox.
Mhm.
So unless you're playing on PlayStation, you've got no excuse. You've got to play this mod.
Well, there you go, people. Now you know. From this Fallout show, talking a lot about Starfield mods tonight. Next time you fire up Skyrim, be sure and
So
play Legacy of
awesome.
the Dragonborn for
Right.
your next big playthrough.
All I need you to do is tell me how to load that mod on my Switch, and I'll be all golden. No? No?
84 years later.
Crickets?
Okay, so
Didn't I have
so
that
thank you for
problem?
deferring some of your game talk time to me, Jess.
Oh, no, that's wonderful. No, I'm glad we did. I'm talking about it would be 84 years on the Switch to load Legacy of the Dragonborn. It would just take forever on the Switch. Can you imagine that processor? Yeah, Andrew has been rather quiet for a lot of this mod talk, but I think, Andrew, were you getting some candy?
Well,
Did you-
it is the season. Now, Mo and I went to the next town up from us has this sort of like haunted trail, they call it, but it's like little sort of stations that you go into, and they've got little different spooky scenes set up, and it's like It's not very long, maybe a quarter of a mile long or something. But
Sounds cute.
lots of community-sponsored booths. I guess in each booth has like a spooky scene, and it's kind of a neat concept. Like I've seen Christmas displays kind of like that, but I've never seen a Halloween.
I've seen
one
haunted
set up
houses like that. If they were outdoor haunted houses, because that's how hayrides are often done, where you go from scene to scene on the hayride.
Yeah, I have seen a hayride like that, but that's what we were doing, and some of the stations had candy, and one of the really underappreciated thing about having a kid that is super picky is that you get all sorts of great candy at Halloween that they don't want. It's awesome.
Yeah,
It
you
sucks
almost
trying
want to
get them to
encourage
eat
them
anything.
to not like your favorite foods. I mean, well,
It's like
you want
really
them
hate
to be made, but
you hate Reese's peanut butter cups, dude. I swear
you
you do.
absolutely do. Whatever you get them at a house, just I'll take them off your hands. Don't
Give
worry,
those
I
to
got
me.
your back.
Eat all that coconut crap though. No, so yeah, had a little piece of caramel there.
I meant in Fallout. I meant if you got up to get.
I got some candy in Fallout. I got I don't know, 12 pieces. No, see, more than that, 30 some pieces because I got like 12 bags, 13 spooky bags. So there's 2 or 3 pieces per.
That's awesome.
Per dead sporched there. No, what I was really excited about when I popped into 76 was I found some pretty neat stuff in the Atomic Shop that I thought was pretty sweet. I don't know. I think I bought a couple of different bundles, and I actually accidentally hit the button when I was scrolling past something and purchased a bundle. I don't know what I purchased. And I was like, man, I wish there was like a purchase history that you could see. I'm sure, can you online? I don't know if you can, but
I mean, you can look up. No, I don't think you can that way. Like you can look up when you buy your atoms and stuff like that. It'll show you every time you buy a bunch of atoms or your Fallout First renews. But I don't think you can actually see your item purchase history. I mean, it'll be a new. Like if you jump into the game and you open the build menu, whatever it is, will probably be a new.
That's a good way. But a lot of the things they'll just mark it, purchased or whatever, and move it down. But bundles, is there a bundles tab if you've purchased that? I think it breaks.
There's a
items
bundles tab
up.
now. Yeah.
Oh, is there? Okay, maybe I'll look and see there.
Yep, and you can hide ones you own, so you can also unhide them and make that work.
Whatever.
Yeah,
just pay.
the giant red brontosaurus is still in there. And he's very red. Have you noticed?
I totally got him. Damn, I'm excited about that.
He looks orange in pictures, but in the game he's very, very red.
Red.
But yeah, there's some great stuff in the shop. This week they had the close shave bundle, which has like kind of a Wicked Barber look, and
that's very the barber of whatever that musical was. Right?
Sweeney Todd.
Sweeney Todd, right? The barber of Fleet Street or whatever.
Exactly. And there's like this nurse outfit and headwear. There's a barber's chair. There's a new outfit. There's some new paints and stuff like that for your guns. But there has been every week, there's been something Halloween related. So good job. Good job, Bethesda, in the item shop this Halloween.
I hope that's a good sign for the Christmas season coming up.
Yeah, I know, for sure. I mean, to be fair, we have a lot of Christmas stuff already, but never too much, I suppose.
New and different, please. Ray, was there any other gameplay you want to get into?
Yeah, that was it for me.
Yeah. So yeah, just really excited about the new cardboard robot outfit. I saw that was available and snatched that up immediately. I think it's adorable.
I think I've seen that. There's a cardboard robot outfit in 76.
Oh my god, it's the best.
Oh boy.
I just saw it available today.
Okay, the Robot Smasher bundle. I see. So cardboard costume, pumpkin smasher assault rifle, and that's where we got the honeycomb lamps. Okay, I bought those separately because I'm low on atoms, so I just bought the cute honeycomb decorations. The fact that they glow, that they work like lights without being light budget is amazing.
Well, I was gonna get those anyway, but then I looked in the bundle just to peruse. I was like, "Ooh, look at that fucking awesome cardboard robot outfit!" So I went ahead and snagged that bundle too. I wasted a bunch of atoms today. Good lord.
That's what they're there for.
You're
I
right.
mean, unless you're buying more, and in which case.
No, I it's been a while since I've dropped real dough on that.
hmm
So yeah, spooky bags. I haven't done any trick or treating yet. I need to go start doing that. You said 3 days out of the next.
Yeah, 3 days out of 7.
Out of the next how many? Because I'm already short.
Next how many would be 3 more days because it resets on Tuesday. So you need at least 3 days a week.
Can I do it?
You can still if you get it today, Saturday, Sunday, no problem. Even Saturday, Sunday, Monday, you've got a day to spare.
So all right. Well, I'll try. I think I want to get that outfit.
Yeah, and you can do it the week after too. I think I'd have to double check, but I'm pretty sure it's just succeeding one of the 2 weeks.
And I'm not quite sure if it's still going on, but for Bombs Drop Day, Shelter was giving free lunch boxes and pet carriers and stuff, a little bundle to each account if you just open up your Fallout Shelter on your phone and click claim that, because I'm sure it's a limited time type thing, maybe the rest of the week. But I always try to nab all that free stuff when they put it up.
Absolutely.
Yep. Let's see. In Shelter, that's what I've been playing the most. I got 5 people in my vault now, up all the way to super legendary babies that have 100% specials all maxed out, and they're all level 1, and I've only got 2 of the Endurance 7 outfits made, so I'm sending them out like in 2s to go and level up all the way to make themselves big. So I've got, I think, 3 of them are done, but got a couple more in the vault ready to go out and make that trip. It's fun. It takes about 2 days, maybe a little less than 2 days, for them to get from level 1 to level 50 when you send them out.
Wow, that's pretty great. I mean, don't they die en route, or you got enough stuff for them with the endurance clothing that they usually make it?
Send them out with 25 stim packs, and since they already have high strength and endurance, they take a beating. Send them out with a high-powered weapon and a pet that does extra damage. Is always fun. And you have to send them out with an animal, because if they die in the wasteland, you lose everything. If they die in the wasteland with an animal, the animal picks up all their stuff and brings it back home.
Oh my goodness.
Good doggy.
That's awesome. Okay.
Good parrot. How did you carry all that? It's an African swallow. Oh yeah, so you always got to send them out with pets, especially on quests too, because that also counts. Even they'll sit there by the dead body, but when you say, "Do you want to dismiss this corpse?" You're like, "Yeah, get rid of the corpse. Everyone come home." But it's like you have both of the other 2 with their animals jogging closely behind, and then the third one where you would be, your dog running with a sad face on. It's really fun.
Oh.
It's like the dog misses the owner, but carries all the stuff home. Good puppy.
And hopefully, if things go well, they don't die, so everyone's happy.
Yeah, that's the great thing. Anytime you hit return to Shelter, return to the vault, they can't take any damage or anything, so headed out to adventure, they of course can take damage, but as soon as you click return to vault, they're immune to pain. All right, let's see, did I play any other video games?
Well, There is one important thing on Shelter you might have missed.
Uh-oh. What did I miss?
The Mystery of Vault 31 and The Haunting of Mass Chemical. Those are the Halloween quests this year.
Oh, yeah, the Halloween quests. I played them on my phone. Got a few ghost and skeleton costumes. But I tried one of them on, like, I started a survival vault on my Xbox a couple weeks ago. And, it's not going so well.
You don't have all the extras you have on phone, right?
Well, yeah, you can watch those videos on your phone to earn extra, lunch boxes and Nuka-Colas, and that does help a lot. But I also find it on the phone, it's much easier when a fire breaks out in a room and you're like, oh shit, these people die if they die. They're gone forever. And they don't have much endurance or strength yet, so they don't really have much damage resistance. If a fire breaks out in this room, it's a lot harder with an Xbox controller to move 6 of those people out of a room into some other part of the, to let the fire burn out than it is the phone's just like bam, 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 bam. But with the Xbox controller, it's very difficult to move people quickly around. So when fires break out, people start dying more quickly. It's very difficult playing survival mode on the Xbox.
I can imagine, and so I can see the difference. So you said you tried the Halloween quests?
Well, kind of. I picked 3 poor souls out of this vault that's not going well, and I sent them off to try one of these Halloween quests, which they're all just barely leveled enough, and I really don't have enough good weapons to actually be sending people out, and I don't have any pets yet. So it's like if I lose them, they're dead, and they can't bring anything home. But I did, we showed up. Like, all right, team, let's go. Walk into the first room. Oh, thank God, there's no bad guys. Walk into the second room, out pop mole rats, and, battle. Oh, no, out of stim packs. Uh-oh, there goes one of the dwellers. So I'm, like, hitting Y and then exit and, like, abandoning the quest. I didn't even make it past the second room. from the Halloween quest.
Yeah, so maybe not the vault or system to check them on. I'm just curious because the fact is called Mystery of Vault 31, and we've got Vault 32 and 33 for the TV show. Like, I wonder if it's somehow
if it's tied in.
Obviously, we realistically, since this is in the Commonwealth, 31 being over there and them getting there is kind of odd. But I figured that's why they picked the numbers. I didn't know if there were any cool references or anything. Probably not.
I just assumed it was October 31st,
Oh, yeah, they're doing it for October 31. I think you're absolutely right.
As getting some skeleton costumes have been showing up in like lunch boxes and lots of little quest rewards, so that's always fun. I like getting those. But yeah, so basically I bailed on the quest. That was what that whole story was about. You can give up on the quest and live to fight another day. Oh, wish we all had to do that. All right, that is pretty much all of my gameplay for this week. I thought a fun exercise.
Oh boy.
For game time this week.
What time is it? Game time! Woo!
Would be to write down the Fallout alphabet. We just will go through the alphabet A to Z, and for each letter of the alphabet, just come up with a word that sort of represents the Fallout universe.
Okay, I like that.
You guys want
Remember,
to play?
I did the Fallout ABC photo challenge last spring too, but that was mostly with locations. A few items, but like mostly
Nice.
locations. So are you thinking like adjectives or just like items like S for stim pack? Like, what are you thinking?
Any word associated with Fallout, I do not care. I just thought it'd be a fun exercise. To rotate, we'll just start with Jess and then Ray, and then I'll say one, and we can all just. I don't know. I just thought it'd be a fun little.
Yeah, let's do it.
Exercise.
Let's do it. And then if chat wants to jump in and help us if we get stuck, please feel free.
Oh yeah, I was trying to think of. Oh man, what if we get like X? Oh shoot, there's got to be some sort of X-ray thing at some
I already
point,
got
right?
one. We're fine. We got it.
We got it. I'm sure this will be easy and fun. All right, Jess, you go ahead and start, and Ray, you go next, and I'll follow, and we'll just go in a loop and see how far we can get.
Okay. Well, A. Gosh, there's probably too many. I could say A is for Appalachia. Is that a good one? Since that's a primary wasteland now.
A primary wasteland.
One
Absolutely,
of them,
Appalachia
primary
counts.
ones we play in.
Yep. Ray, do you have a B?
I mean, it could be atomic. A should be atomic. Forget what I said.
Atomic Appalachia.
Or a Braxo.
Oh yeah, Braxo would work as well. Right. Ray got a B?
Boston.
Boston. All right. My C will be Corvega.
Oh, good choice. Well, D has got to be a Drumlin Diner.
Oh, nice.
All over the place. Those are good ones.
Ray, E.
E.
E might be a little harder. I mean, like you can think of locations like Egret Tours Marina or something. But like a real, like a big Fallout thing that starts with E.
Yeah.
Enclave.
Doesn't have to be
Enclave.
There you go. I was gonna say Economy Wonder Glue.
Oh,
That's a
that
good
is
one
that is
too.
a really
But
good one.
yes, the lyric in chat coming with Enclave. Yeah, I think we got to put the major factions. The fact we skipped Brotherhood for B.
Yeah,
Suck
screw-
you,
screw
Brotherhood.
them. Me to F.
Yes, sir. Can you do this?
Yeah, I'm sure we can. Let's see the Finch Farm.
It could be for Fallout. It could be for Faneuil Hall. But no, Finch Farm is a good one. Double F.
Fallout. Yeah, F is for Fallout.
Frag grenade. EFG. Oh boy, G. Okay. G has got to be for Ghoul. Like, let's just keep it simple. G is for Ghoul.
That's absolutely right. Cool. H to you, Ray.
Hubris Comics.
Oh, nice, good one.
Great one.
And I, let's see, Iguana Bits.
A, B, C, D. What comes after I? Is it J?
J.
J is for Jess. No. J. Well, I want something good. Can't just be a name. I can't think of a
can
creature
just
that
be
starts with a
name.
J. Lee in chat says Jemison, wrong game. Lately, not so much. Solir says Jackalope. Honestly, Solir, I already thought of Jackalope, but come on, that's not that quality, even though you got it in 76. It's the best. You gotta love the Jackalope. Jay. What do you guys think? I can't think of a location.
I have an animal.
Do you?
I was thinking
Yeah.
a Jackson Chameleon.
Jackson Chameleon turning in Death Claws is a good one. Speaking of that, Lee mentions the Jackson Memorial. That is a good one, too. It's a good location.
Jefferson.
I don't know. Jefferson Memorial. Yeah, that's a bigger one. You know what? Let's go with Jefferson Memorial. I feel like that is a big enough location in the game to count.
Nice one. Ray, I think you're on K.
Kellogg.
Yep.
He's great. L. Let's think. L. Oh, Longfellow.
L for Longfellow. That's good. Okay. After
Jess,
L, we have
M.
M.
I should have
M.
a laser rifle or something like that.
I'm feeling like there have got to be any number of junk items with M, right? Or something like an important material.
Or a big tall building.
Oh, like mass fusion? Is that what you're thinking of?
That's what I'm thinking of.
That's a good one. We are simpatico. That's all the hint I need. So yeah, mass fusion is good. Or we could do like Miner's Monument. But yeah, mass fusion. Go with that. Mole rat.
Mole miner, mole rat.
Yeah, all the moles.
Ray, you're on N.
Well, so my controversial response would be
Oh boy.
the National Guard Training Center.
I mean, maybe not the biggest N in the game.
Why is it controversial? Because it's
Well,
not the
because
biggest
it's not
end?
Nordhagen Beach.
Oh, of course.
Seemed you were like ignoring Nuka Cola. I mean,
Of course it's got to be Nordhagen Beach.
it could be Nuka anything, but yeah, Nordhagen Beach. It's us. Absolutely.
Nuka Hagen Beach. How about that one? Oh, to me, let's see. Ba, 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 ba. Gosh. Trying to think. A good O. If you guys have anything you
Yeah,
can think
I'm
of.
thinking now too. Let's see. Oh, I mean, Satellite Station Olivia, but that doesn't start with an O. It's just Olivia at the end. An O location.
Or O junk.
Well,
Hmm.
I mean, you got Old Possum, but Old Possum beer. But I don't know if that's that's a good
Old
one.
Possum, yeah. Orange canister. Isn't there one of them?
Yep,
One of
taking us back
those.
to last week. Old Possum. Oh, Office Desk Fan. I mean, maybe Desk Fan is more of
Yeah.
a D though, but it's called an Office Desk Fan.
Office Desk Fan. That's a really good one. Good piece of
What?
junk classic.
Oh, Oil Rig. Can we make it Oil Rig for the Enclave? That's a big O too.
Yeah.
O Collar
Or,
Lager. Why are there so many O alcoholic drinks?
Omertas.
The Omertas.
There you go. America's is pretty epic. All right, that was my OP to you, Jess.
Protect and serve. Protectron.
Perfect answer. I love that. Ready? You got a cue there, Ray?
What's a good cue?
Quite so. Quite so. Nope. I almost said Quickie Mart, but obviously that's not it.
I think it's a Simpsons thing. Is there a quasar or something or other? Oh, that town in the south,
all the Quantum.
the southeast corner of the Fallout 4 map, where Preston and his gang fought out of.
Quincy.
Yeah, Quincy. That's a good choice. See, I was thinking Quantum, but it's Nuka Cola Quantum. So
Quantum is a good answer too, though. I like that. So R to me, Radstag.
yeah, I was gonna say it has to be radiation or something related, right?
Yeah, radiation, anything. Yeah, Rad
S.
Rat. Yep. S
So there
to you.
are a lot of S's in the game.
Oh, I'm sure.
I like Starlight Drive-In. That's such a good location. But should it be SentryBot? What do you guys think? SentryBot, Starlight Drive-In,
I think there is a super answer
Sunset Sarsaparilla.
that mutants really like.
That's silly. We're trying with that one too. Stupid Mutant. Yeah, you can put Stupid Mutant if you want. That's a good one.
Super mutant, yeah.
Super Duper Mart for sure.
Oh, Super Duper Mart's awesome. That's a great answer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, too many S's.
Plenty to choose from. Ray, do you have a clever T?
What about clever? 10 Pines Bluff or Tappington Boathouse.
Tenpenny Tower.
Tenpenny Tower.
Tesla coil power armor things.
Or Tesla Magazine.
Tesla rifle. Tesla
Yeah.
magazine.
I like Tesla Magazine. That's a fun one. And I like Tenpenny, of course, because I said it, but also because it's a big deal. Why didn't I come with Megaton for M? Oh my gosh, it's so silly. That gives you you.
You.
I bet you'll come up with a fever for this one.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's uranium stuff. So yeah, Uranium Fever is one of my favorite songs in the soundtrack. I don't know if we've listed any soundtrack songs yet. So yeah, let's go.
No, I don't think we have. And it's also the event.
All right. Uranium Fever.
So I don't know if I have anything for V. Oh, duh. Vault. Vault Tech.
Vault Tech, absolutely. Ray, W?
No.
Solior says Welch. War. I've got a couple too, but you'll have a good one, Ray.
Like Wasteland Workshop.
Oh, that's a good one.
Wasteland, right? Would have to be.
Yeah. I was thinking Wicked Shipping. Wasteland's a good one.
Or the
Shipping's good.
The Wazel Weifel, isn't it?
Wazer
Weifel.
Yeah, I like the Wasteland. An X had to fall to me, but Jess, you're the one who said you had an X.
Sure.
already.
Well, we've got Xerxo, our fun little ghoul companion, in 76.
Right.
Is that a good X? I mean, there might be a better X, but
Are there more? Is there like an X-ray gun or
your
anything?
synth companion, X286 or whatever his name is.
Right.
You know, I mean, none of us ever use him.
Well,
but he's there.
He's not
X4
available
or X2.
until
I'm suddenly
you-
drawing a blank.
He's not available.
X686.
686. Thank you.
Just not available to use until you're basically all the way through the Institute quest line. So you gotta work for him.
He's not available until you are so over companions that you've got
Yeah.
no
Done.
interest in picking up another.
Some of us are never over companions, but yeah. Eric
Well,
says
yeah.
XO1 power armor.
Oh yeah, XO1. That's a good one too. So that'd be Jess Y and Ray for Z and be our last two.
Y for Yao Guai.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yep. Z for Zayton.
Perfect.
That's your Fallout alphabet, everybody. We got Appalachia, Boston, Corvega, Drumlin Diner, Enclave, Finch Farm, or Fallout, Ghoul, Hubris Comics, Iguana Bits, the Jefferson Memorial, Kellogg, Longfellow, or the Laser Rifle, Mass Fusion, Nordhagen Beach, everyone's favorite.
We go
Office,
to Emeritus.
Office Desk Fan, Omerta's, Oil Rig, Protectron, Quincy, or Kent. How do you say it? Kinsey? How do you Kinsey?
It's more like a Z. It's more like Quincy when you say it, but
Quincy.
Quincy is fine. Yeah. Depends who you talk to.
Rad Stag, Super Duper Mart, Tesla, 10 Pines, 10 Penny, Uranium Fever, Vault Tech, Wasteland, Xerxo, Yao Guai, and Zayton.
Beautiful. And there are so many more. Like we skipped Silver Shroud or like Warrington Tunnels.
Well, different take on game time this week, but I hope everyone enjoyed.
What time is it? Game time! Woo!
All right, we got some Iguana Bits tonight, Jess. What are we getting into?
Yeah.
here?
Let's pull up the eye, right? Grognak. We totally missed Grognak. That's the good one. So
Nice.
Iguana Bits. First Iguana Bit is actually a Starfield bit again. I referenced it when Ray was talking about ship selling. But there is a ship selling trick if you're on controller. Now, you may be able to replicate this on PC, but why would you do that? Because you can just play with mods and, blah, blah, blah. We all know. But no, if you are on controller, when you're in the menu to sell ships, so you can only sell a ship when it's registered, and therefore you don't get the full value because you're losing a lot because you paid to register. But when you have multiple ships you can flip through, if you are on a ship, and it doesn't need to be a home ship, if you are on a ship to the right of the one you want to sell, so say you have a Varoon ship you want to sell that the value is worth like 50,000 or some kind of high credit amount like that. You're like, man, I would love to get that, but you don't register it. You go to the right of it on a ship you do have registered. Say it could be your home ship. It could be another one that you just have in your menagerie. If you hit the A button to sell and the left bumper that would flip you back because you flip with the bumpers. If you hit the left bumper to go back and the A button to sell at the same time, it's going to flip and sell that one to the left of the one you're on. So just a little quick trick there. It's kind of like when you're doing the emotes in photo mode, you got to press 2 buttons at the same time. On this one, you got to press 2 buttons at the same time. Now, it's dangerous. Okay, if it's your home ship, it's not that dangerous because you won't accidentally sell the one you're on. If it isn't your home ship and you don't hit it quite right, it's going to ask if you want to sell the one you're looking at as opposed to the one that you want to sell that isn't registered. But there is a confirmation. So it'll be like, sell blah, blah, blah for this many credits. And you can say yes or no. So just be sure that if you're doing this trick and you're on an unregistered ship, flipping to another unregistered ship, that the amount that shows is the one for the one you want to sell. But just a little trick for you all, because I know we're short on credits. My shipbuilding friends out there, I know you need more credits. I know I do. I've peaked. The most credits I've ever had at once is like 350,000. And that's only because of this trip. Before this, I've never broke 200 because you get the credits, you spend the credits on ship parts again and again. So just a little tip for you pirates out there. Give it a try. It'll probably be patched. But, I don't usually, talk about cheats on the show, but I thought that was a fun one, and it's not hurting anything.
And, especially if you're working towards the ship design skill, where you have to just continually add more and more, modules to the ships to get the next level.
Buy these various structures. And it has to be new ones each time. You have to do unique ones to count. Yeah. It takes a bit. Let's see. Okay. Bombs drop day. So we did get some big announcements on Monday, as we thought we might. Bombs drop day was October 23rd. All kinds of stuff coming up for 76. But the big announcement, the TV show, the Fallout TV show has a date. And it is December 4th, 2024. No, that's if you're in the UK and you misread the number, because so many people from the UK were like, "Wait, when is it?" Because they're reading 4/12/24 as 4th December or something. But no, it is April 12th, 2024. We're looking at the Fallout show. Now, of course, that is possibly subject to change depending upon if things resolve with the strike and stuff. We'll see. Yeah. But I just wanted to let everybody know that there is a date. It is dated. April of next year. It is 6 months away. And we could actually be watching the world of Fallout. So excited.
That's Q4 2024 at the very earliest.
Yes, exactly. Q4 2024. That's what is coming.
Very, very much so. At the very earliest.
Oh, Lee has a fun question in chat. He says, I wonder what the show will actually be called.
Just
roll the tape, Andrew.
Fallout, right?
Play his theme.
Again? Okay. Lee. All right. You're welcome, Lee.
That's what we're going to call it. We're going to call it Lee. That's the name of the show, Lee. Anyway, no, that would be awesome, though. Takes a vow, he says. No, but yeah. So I'm just excited. And what will it be called? I'm sure it's going to just be called Fallout, but maybe there will be a colon in there. Maybe it'll be Fallout : blah, blah, blah. Fallout : the search for Spock.
Absolutely.
So.
Yeah, I really don't think it should be Fallout : and definitely not searching for anything.
I mean, it's better than Fallout, But anyway, I digress. The search for my son. Yeah, there got to be the search for something, because that's what you're always doing. You're looking for dad. You're looking for the guy who shot you. You're looking for your son.
For dog meat.
Luckily, you can usually find dog meat pretty quick. Just go up to the junkyard, over to the Red Rocket. Did we not say Red Rocket for R?
No Red Rocket, no dog meat.
We're bad Fallout hosts. We are bad, but I like our alphabet.
Yeah, there's too many words.
Exactly, could be plenty. There'll be alternate alphabet in the future. So events and stuff happening. So on the 23rd, they also announced some of the schedule we're looking at. Big thing. I had mentioned that because it's the anniversary, they were doing a number of things, people submitting screenshots and stories and shelter contests. Well, what was really fun, they're sharing a lot of the photos that were in there. And it turns out Alex had submitted a photo of us on our very first charity run back in December 2018.
I remember that fondly. The golf,
That golf
the
challenge.
golf
I mean,
outfit, yeah.
so much fun. It
Good,
was
good,
our
good.
first big group event. Like, obviously, we'd been playing together because 76 had been out for a month and a half at that point. But at the same time, getting 8 of us together, some of us were really low level. Like Sherry. I mean, I was pretty low level too. I was maybe 18 at that point, I think. Maybe 20, but I don't know. And we started over at Pat's Camp in the Cranberry Bog. And that's where we took a bunch of pictures, all of us in our golfing togs and golfing outfits.
The good old days.
It was fun. So much togetherness. And I mean, we had a lot of that over the years, but certainly we don't get to play together as much the last year or two as we used to.
Stupid
But yeah.
Starfield.
Him submitting that photo, and that was one of the first photos they shared. So I was really excited about that. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's us. That's awesome.
Mhm. Beautiful.
But other events happening. So, they're doing some streams and such. Obviously, I talked about the parade coming up on the 14th. That is a big one. But let me see. I lost my page about other events to mention. They did a building stream a couple days ago, but they're going to do another fun stream with Toon. Where is it? Here we go. There's my article. Okay. So events coming up. They are also doing a classroom stream with Tooniversal and Nerdy Netty, dealing with stuff in the wasteland. That'll be on November 1st. They're doing a big dev Q&A on the Bethesda Discord. So once again, get thee to the Bethesda Discord for photos, camps, all kinds of things. All these challenges they're doing these days are not based on Facebook, are not based on Twitter anymore, really. They're 90% over on the Discord. So, if you are shy about joining Discord, I understand. And the Fallout Discord, or the Bethesda Game Studios Discord is a big one. It's a little intimidating, but just join. You don't need to try to keep up with the conversation because there are different channels for everything happening. So that way you can at least see the announcements and you can participate if you want. So that's fun. Then 11/7 is when the birthday challenge event begins. So right now we're in the Halloween challenge for the skull outfit and the candy and all the usual stuff and getting spooky scorched. Sorry, sporched. By the way, I was telling Andrew that it's catching on everywhere now. I'm hearing a lot more people say sporched, and he's like, "Oh, really? Am I going to get royalties?"
Yeah. When's the show start getting paid for all of our creative genius?
We get nothing. We rely on the generosity of our patrons to keep the lights on.
Generous.
But the birthday challenge event is going to begin November 7th, and for that you get your birthday suit, which is not just running around in your in your dirty, grungy underwear that you have in the wasteland. No, you're not just wearing your wasteland whites. You are actually going to have a suit, a vault style suit to put on. And you're going to do a number of events for that. So there's going to be cake pan collection. And there's a whole list. I don't have it up right now, but we'll cover that next week. A whole list of activities you can do wearing that suit to get some goodies. And then, of course, on the 14th is that is the actual anniversary day, because originally released November 14th. We were playing earlier in the beta, the break and early test application, but the official day is the 14th, and that's when we're doing the parade. And so much stuff happening for that. Your girl's been working hard. A lot of people have musical acts, interstitials, some really fun cameos coming in. Because we made the announcement finally last week, Adrienne Barbeau, the actress, voice of the Overseer in 76 too, will be the parade major and, saying some things at the beginning and just a lot of stuff happening.
That's awesome.
So
really cool.
That's going to be really fun. But yeah, I wanted to make sure to bring all of that up. Let's see. Oh, there is a new reward pack. So we mentioned a week or so ago that there was a slightly underwhelming Prime Gaming pack. It was just consumables you get otherwise. But on Tuesday, it updated. And now there's actually a pretty cool pack that you can get. Either if you're with your Amazon Prime rewards, your Prime Gaming Twitch rewards, or if you're a Game Pass member. So if you're on Game Pass, check your console, take a look at that. If you're Amazon Prime, you can check with the Prime Gaming, grab the bundle. But yeah, you get some camp items and stuff. It looks good. So check that out. And then I don't know how long it's going. I feel like it's 2 weeks, but it might only be 1. So don't hesitate if you're interested. Looking ahead at the calendar, currently, besides Spooky Scorched, Script surplus. We are getting double script this weekend. Yeah, not that exciting, but there's enough going on. Candy, sports is good. And then the final bits and Iguana Bits this week. I wanted to mention there was an interview. So if you guys haven't heard of MinMax, MinMax is a great gaming channel. They do stuff on YouTube. They do a lot of audio. It's essentially started by ex-members of Game Informer. So a lot of you might be familiar with the Game Informer magazine. It's one you could get at GameStop and would often come with your GameStop subscription if you were a GameStop member and you paid for their Plus or whatever it is. You couldn't get the magazine separately for a long time. Now you can. But for a long time, they were one of the longest running gaming magazines. And they had podcasts. Well, a number of their people on that podcast left due to some reorganization partly, and then some left voluntarily after that. And they started a group called MinMax like 4 years ago. I think they just had their 4th anniversary. So MinMax is they do podcasting, they do streams, they do YouTube. But they're just a really great group. I enjoy their shows, and the primary podcaster there, their one full-time employee, he went and did an interview with Bruce Nesmith. So if you're there thinking, oh, I recognize that name, Bruce Nesmith, yes, you have probably seen him in many of the credits of our Bethesda games. Or if you are a big fan of D&D and AD&D, you might have seen his name on a number of your books and modules and all that. He came up, he started with TSR, the people who make D&D. He started working on games for them. But when those weren't very successful, he went into writing their modules. They quickly closed their game department. And this interview was amazing. He went through his history at Bethesda because he actually joined during the Daggerfall period. So back mid-90s, he and Todd were actually basically cube mates. They were in the same office together. They shared an area. He worked on Daggerfall and then a canceled game for Bethesda that never came out called 10th Planet. He was out of the studio for a while, but came back before Oblivion, a couple years before, and has been with the studio ever since until he retired in 2021. So this interview, just the best thing ever. You get so much Bethesda history. You get some D&D history too. When I mentioned his D&D stuff, a lot of it was Ravenloft based. So if you're a fan of, Ravenloft. If you're a fan of Ravenloft, some really good stuff there. His modules and books and all that. But yeah, so much history. He was lead designer on Skyrim, if you don't know. But he worked on all the games since then, including Oblivion. And there's just some great stuff. He was responsible for a lot of the really neat systems. And he talks about, what it took to implement them, some things they kept, some things they cut, stuff he worked on, kind of the way stuff works at Bethesda too. As they've grown as a company, the way it's organized, how things report through Todd and different departments, how they grew from, 60-ish people pre-Oblivion to 100, 110 for Skyrim, and then on to, over 400 now with the larger studios. And it's just very insightful. I would say, and I know I'm going on about this, but I would say that my 2 favorite pieces of content about Bethesda have been the no-clip history documentary that we saw, the history of Bethesda that NoClip did. The lead up to 76 video was good, but the history one was great. And this interview, which is also available on YouTube, but you can get the audio if you subscribe to MinMax, and you can get the video on YouTube, is so insightful. So if you want to know more about Bethesda and their organization, I learned a lot, and you will too. So I highly recommend it.
How did Bruce Nesmith find all that time to do all that stuff and be the guy who wore the beanie and the monkeys?
I think that was his brother Mike. I think that was his brother Mike in the Monkeys.
Mike, my bad.
But yeah, that's it for my bits this week. Just some fun ones. I really wanted to recommend that interview and talk about we don't know much about the TV show, not much to cover yet, but talk about the anniversary stuff.
I'm sure we'll get into it when that bridge comes to us. Is there any other stuff that you guys would like to talk about tonight before we get into our shout-outs? In that case, we do have a couple of shouts going out tonight. What do we got? Clint, you made What are you saying, Jess? Starvation?
No, that's what we said. That's what I said by accident last week, and you went with. I think we should. I think we need a Star-Lord drop too. Like I like the last Starfighter, but I like Star-Lord from Guardians of the Galaxy.
All right, we need to start gathering these then.
We do.
Congratulations, Clint. Hey, Pit Boy Steve.
There's a starman waiting in the sky.
And Ray, we'll give you another one.
Ray's now on Startirement.
Because I'm actually shocked that you did that. I don't know why. It's just unlike you to burn through a main quest.
You gotta see. You gotta know.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So technically, I've done all but the most minor activities in the game with one character or another.
He beat the game, everybody.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, that
was
is what
only
you do. You hit
yeah.
everything. It's just on a variety of characters.
yeah, just not all in the same character.
Yeah, he likes it to be challenging and low level for some reason.
That just comes with the territory.
And build specific, coming with different builds for different situations. Makes perfect sense.
Exactly. All right, so we've got some scorecations to get to as well. Congratulations to Dawn.
Scorecation!
And Bruce.
Scorecation!
Mo wishes you a very happy scorecation.
And that Bruce is not Bruce Nesmith, although he might be on Scorecation. I don't know if he plays 76. I something tells me he does not. But that was Bruce, just Bruce, a friend of ours in the game and Discord.
I'm telling you, when you play in the Monkeys, you ain't got time for video games.
It's true. Was he No, he wasn't the drummer. That was Peter Tork was the drummer, right? I don't even know.
Yeah, he was one of those drummer-singer guys, I think, and that was Mickey was the drummer, I think, right?
Yeah, Mickey. Yep.
Whatever.
Peter was the bassist. God, I don't know. Monkeys.
Monkeys. All right. Kenny.
Yeah.
It would actually be pretty funny if they were brothers.
It would be. That would be great. But yeah, hashtag Ken Pull. Ken Pull is, he's written in about some of his stuff that he's done with his space freighter and the space trucking in Starfield that he's been doing. But he is also back to making videos. So as a lot of you know, he did camp videos for 76 for a while, as well as the Ken Pull. And then he kind of took a year or two off YouTube. He's like, yeah, that was fun. But he is now doing some Starfield videos. He's done like 2 or 3. He's already linked in the Facebook group. But if you were a Kenny subscriber back in the day, just want to give him a shout out for making vids again. Some tips, tricks, and all that.
Shipbuilding, etc.
I don't think he's hit any shipbuilding yet. But I feel like one of them is about ship. A lot of them are more about character builds and stuff.
Oh, sweet. All right.
That's
Everyone check
doing
out
so
Kenny.
far.
Did you shout out his YouTube?
I believe it's just Kenny Smyson. Let me pull up the actual channel. I guess I should put that out there. I figure, most listeners remember Kenny.
People are subscribed, right? If not, sign up, people.
Yeah, he's just in Kenneth Smyson. YouTube.com/Kenneth Smyson. See, I call him Kenny. He's like, nobody called you Kenny till I called him Kenny, but that's what I call him. So there you go.
Oh, that's how annoying nicknames are formed and stick. No, so sorry, Kenny.
And last shout out, I just want to shout out that our show, The Modus Files, Modus Files Story Podcast, has started season 3. The first episode of season 3 just came out couple weeks ago, and yeah, if you were waiting, give it a listen. Back in rotation, 4 months off, but things are happening. Got a new theme song, some new characters, and some old characters have changed quite a bit.
Hey, all right. Congratulations, Modus, on a new season. Good luck. All right, guys, and that we will go ahead and say goodnight. You can find her over there on the Twitter at SleepIs4T, also at DamesWhoGame. Jess, thanks so much for hopping on tonight. And you can find him at RayLB. Ray, thanks so much.
Good times.
You all right, Jess?
I'm just having a laughing. I want to see what happened if I didn't say anything. I didn't dab this time, at least.
Dab. All right. Ray, thanks so much for hopping on. You can find me at Indie Android. The show can be found at the Fallout Feed. I'd like to thank everyone for downloading this edition of the Fallout Feed, and we will see you in the Wasteland.
Thank you for downloading this episode of the Fallout Feed Roundtable. If you are interested in doing a play-along character with us, the show can be contacted by emailing falloutroundtable@gmail.com. For the Roundtable schedule, our Amazon link, and all other show information, please head on over to asapodcasting.com, where you will find the Fallout Feed, a Skyrimatic podcast, our YouTube channel, the Chatterbox, as well as other content. Once again, thank you for downloading, and we'll see you in the Wasteland.
Take a beating.
Those are the big tools. I need some gas.
I haven't really cranked it down. I left it at a kind of a reasonable amount. Bang, 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 bang. All gone.
So very, very sneaky.
I've been blowing myself.
Candy, 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 candy. Right on the edge. Starvation.